Hey guys, it's Yuto here from sudachirecipes.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of the most important elements of Japanese cooking, fluffy and slightly sticky Japanese style rice. And we're making it on the stove, so you don't need a rice cooker for this. So let's start with 300 grams of short grain white rice. I recommend weighing out 100 or 150 grams of rice first and find a container that fits it perfectly, so you don't have to take the weighing scales out every time. This cup fits 150 grams, so I can use 2 of these without having to weigh it. Of course, if you want to make more, that's no problem. You can double or triple the amount. Just don't forget to increase the water amount too. I personally don't recommend making small batches of rice. It's time consuming and small batches never turn out as good somehow. I always make more than I need and then store it. I'll tell you about how to store it later. So we're going to wash the rice. I'm using sieve. It's quick and the rice doesn't get stuck. This step is important because rice is covered in starchy layer. If you don't wash it off, the rice might become kind of gloopy. But in Japan, there's a type of rice that doesn't need to be washed called musenmai, but that's a different story. You don't need the water to run clear. I just rinse it 3 times and that is enough. Now transfer your rice to your cooking pot. It's up to you if you use non-stick or not. If you follow this method correctly, it won't stick too much either way. It's important you use a pot with a lid though. We're gonna add 400 milliliters of cold water and leave it to soak for 30 minutes. This is to give the rice a head start on soaking up the water before we cook it. This helps it become fluffier, have a better texture, and will cook more evenly too. So 30 minutes have passed and I'm ready to start cooking. Turn on the heat to medium and we're gonna wait until we can hear bubbling. Don't use a high heat here. This is how rice gets burnt and stuck to the bottom of the pot. The secret to perfect rice is patience. Also, don't be tempted to take off the lid. Keeping the steam in the pot helps cook the rice better and maintains a constant temperature. I'm only taking the lid off for the purpose of the video, so you can see what's going on in there, but you don't have to do that. Once you hear it starting to boil, set a timer for 2 minutes. When 2 minutes are up, we lower the heat to medium-low and set the timer again, this time 3 minutes. Once 3 minutes are up, we set the heat to the lowest setting and leave the simmer for 5 minutes. Set your timer again. After 5 minutes, we're gonna give it a blast of heat. So we go to the highest setting for just 10 seconds and then turn it off. This is just to help it to continue to steam while we leave it for 10 minutes. Don't mix it. Don't take off the lid, just leave it to become perfect. These 10 minutes are especially important for the texture. When 10 minutes are up, you can finally mix it up and it's ready to eat. Perfect, fluffy Japanese style rice. We have lots of donburi and onigiri recipes on our channel and website, so I recommend this kind of rice for these. And if you have leftovers or made too much, I highly recommend freezing it. I literally do this every time I make rice. It's so convenient and totally safe. Rice has never made me sick. In Japan, we have these double layered storage boxes, especially for storing frozen rice, but just a regular Tupperware works fine. All I'd say is don't pack it in too much. You want to pack it lightly so there's space between the grains and it heats up evenly when you microwave it. So leave it to cool down for about 30 minutes and pop it in the freezer. It will keep good for about a month. Microwave time depends on the wattage, but I'd say about 600 watt for 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 30 seconds with 500 watt. Try and use a Tupperware that has one of these little tabs on the lid. You can open this to let the steam out when it's microwaving. If you don't have one, you can just open one corner of a regular lid when you're reheating it. And that's all I've got to tell you about rice. I hope this video has covered everything, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for watching, see you next time.